Hello there and welcome, I'm Penguin, and it is the end of the Steam Game Festival, but I have another one for you that's going to be coming out soon. It's Loop Hero. It was a part of the Steam Game Festival, but the demo stuck around. Devolver has decided to kind of keep it in rotation. This game comes out on March 4th, and I do not know how to, genre it. It's a very unique, just weird game, and it's so well done. I'm very caught off guard by this game. I did not expect it to be as clean and as deep as it is. So if you didn't get a chance to try this one during the Steam Game Festival, I recommend you check it out, and we're going to be looking at it now as well. I did put 45 minutes into it or so before I was like, I need to show this game. So I'm not going to do any storytelling. I'll kind of let it tell its own story. The stars in the sky are going out one by one, but no one notices it. No one can stop it. I'm racing to the last place where there is still hope. I need to make it before it is too late. Sounds of agony will quickly fade. The world will be destroyed. Even the memory of it will be gone. And even if there is absolutely no chance of bringing everything back, there will always be someone who is willing to do the impossible. In a place without space, without time, without memories. And now we have our adventurer here. Where am I? I can't see anything except this path. My head, it's killing me. I remember only a skeleton with a staff in the sky? This darkness was coming from him. Did he destroy everything around here? I guess standing here won't do me any good, I guess. And so our adventure, we can press the switch up here to change between planning phase and adventure mode. And as we're doing adventure mode, our little adventurer here on this tile will kind of he'll wander through our little loop, hence the loop hero, right? Right click on space. We can also just do that, yeah. So right click will switch back and forth. Hope I'll be able to find some shelter before nightfall, if such thing as night still even exists without a sky, of course. Pay attention to the day progress bar at the top of the screen. New enemies will usually appear at the end of the day. Okay, so we have that. I heard the cock-a-doodle-doo kind of highlight that we were rolling over into a new day. Continue your journey by changing the game mode. Okay, so we'll continue. Now we've run into a slime you might say. A living ball of slime, quite a nuisance. They digest anything they can. Hey, I remember this creature. Maybe I just need to freshen up my memory, and everything will go back to normal. Traveling, fighting, and most other actions are done automatically. The player can't affect them directly. So we are not controlling this guy, but we do get to see his stats. So we know that he has +3 damage because he is the hero. And then this slime has some stats, HP, damage, attacks, all that different stuff. And we have little equipment slots here, and then we have our equipment. For example, we just received an axe. It's hard to fight with your bare hands. I think there's a weapon in the remains of this thing that's not fully digested. So we're gonna throw our hero an axe. And I should add that we're not playing necessarily as our hero. We are kind of the architect of his destiny, or of their destiny. I think I remember that there was a grove nearby. Are these even my memories? Or do I belong to that slime? Do they belong to that slime? You can use the cards that are left after defeating enemies to add various new objects. So we added this grove now, and it's not a deck builder, I should add. It just kind of uses the cards to identify the different pieces that you can lay on our map. So let's continue our journey, and we're gonna let our adventurer get to the grove. And if you looked over there on the right, the grove has certain properties, and one of which is it spawns this guy, this rat wolf, forest rat wolf. I was right. Some emotional stress, a few colorful images, and a bit of adrenaline, and everything will be forgotten like a bad dream, or remembered as a bad, damn, it's good that nobody's listening. That's how I feel most of the time, my dude. All right, so Ritual Sword, we're gonna give that to you because it looks like it's slightly better, and it evaporated our previous weapon, so we don't want to replace anything we don't want to completely get rid of. Looks like we have 236 of 250 health, and we can equip forests. Let's put one right there, huh? Okay, so that forest gave us a log. I'm jumping ahead of the tutorial here. The forest gave us stable wood, and then let's put a rock, let's put it over here. Great, so there was a mountain over there, and here's a forest. The world is just like new. The branches and stone in my backpack are a sure sign of that. So some of your actions will yield resources. So we got preserved rock and stable wood for putting those 2 cards down. And then by putting down the grove, we basically put down an enemy that we're going to make our adventurer fight as they go through the loop. I think it's time to have some rest. So if we want to rest, anytime we're near the campfire or anytime we're relatively close to the campfire, we can click on it. And it will allow us to either retreat and keep the resources that we've accumulated so far on this loop, or stay and basically decide to fight it out. Let's stay. Never mind, the tutorial wants me to retreat. We will retreat. It's cold, dark here. A small fire can solve both of these problems. It's a nice place to set up camp. That's when all resources you've gathered will come in handy. So we're gonna build. And I would love to get a little campfire. Let's get one of those going for me. Hold on, I wanna turn up the volume because the volume is fantastic. Like the little music is fantastic. How's that? All right, so we're gonna be able to build. I might as well build right in the center there. And then let's go click anywhere to complete the tutorial. So we have a campfire, and now the hero restores 20% of their max HP upon entering the campfire tile. So what we're going to do is basically take off on an expedition, and we're going to start a new loop. And so this path, everything is wrong. But I remember, it looks like a completely different place, and it's empty again. Do my actions even have any meaning? And I love the pixel art. Like it's so, the characters and everything around is so retro, but like new retro. It's very nice. Like I have a choice. If one needed to give up and cry and save the world, I would be the worst savior of all. Let's do it. And I don't know what genre to put this in because it is a rogue in some regards. I mean, you go through different runs each time, and I can place these here in a few seconds. I'm really waiting on like an equipment. There we go. Okay, so let's take a pause and we'll kind of take inventory here. We got an armor, and we got an axe. We're gonna throw those in there. We got slightly stronger, 86 HP up and 4 to 6 damage. And now we have these meadows, mountains, all these different things that we can kind of place. So I wanna hover over a meadow. And if you look over here on the right, the meadow heals us 2 HP at the start of each day. So this bar here, as this progresses, our meadow is gonna allow us to heal. So we might as well put those there. We'll just kind of like merge them all together. And a mountain, while I'm holding onto the mountain, you can read it, plus 5 HP for each adjacent rock or mountain. So I would like to have all the mountains kind of like together, basically. And then we have some materials that these have given us as well. So let's throw the meadow right there. And then honestly, we'll just keep going. We'll just keep adventuring. We're gonna unlock new things as we go. And it's kind of like a, I don't really know how to word it. We're like shaping the destiny of this character. And we're kind of just like determining what happens to our adventurer. But we're also trying to balance, you know, challenging the adventurer with these like vampire mansions and the cemetery versus, you know, getting enough materials to like build a central base. And you can't go too far in the demo. I've already kind of like maxed out the demo, but I do want to do a run from scratch just to like show how it works. So the vampire mansion adds vampires to battles on adjacent tiles. So I'm gonna throw you like somewhere in the middle. Let's put you right there. And then I'm going to place a cemetery, which spawns a skeleton every 3 days. So this one's actually like on the path. So I will put you right here, so they're spaced out pretty far, and then we'll just hit play. So go forth, my adventurer and conquest. We'll place the rock here since they like being next to mountains as well. Yeah, plus 2 HP and plus 2 more HP for every adjacent rock or mountain. I'm going to keep it on the ×2 speed for now, just so that we can kind of like sprint through the loop. Yeah, 2 more. Give me another mountain and a grove, which will give me a rat wolf. So we'll put that like right here. The rat wolf will be kind of at the end of our loop. I don't really know any of the strategies, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really know any of the what we should be focusing on. We did get a shield though. Let's throw that in the shield slot. And it looks like this guy is slightly better, so leather armor, go for it. Just meadow it up, and then we'll hit play. So every time we walk through the cemetery and the grove, we got new items, and then I also saw that a skeleton spawned on the cemetery. I should mention the developer of this game, I believe it was, 2 coins? Is that the name of it? Oh no, I should probably know this. The good news is we can kind of just let it play. Back off, human. A vampire. 4 quarters. The name of the developer is 4 quarters. A vampire. Where are your lands? If your farmers need help, I would be glad to offer it. No more lands. No more flock. Only hundreds of years of emptiness. And hundreds of years of hunger. And he turns into this like demon. I love it. Very, very vampiric of him. Oh, he's composed now. Much more ready to go. Save yourself while you still can. I don't know how long I will be able to keep my head straight. Oh, so the vampire is like being controlled by some sort of internal demon. Understood. What hundreds of years are you talking about? Your mind is easy to trick, but you can't trick my hunger. It demands its share. Every sip, every drop of blood will go to satiate it. I'm too weak, but you can help me, and then I will set this crumbled world right. Right. I'm doing this not just for myself, but for everyone in the name of good. So be grateful for my hard work and just let me bleed you dry. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the lore yet. I feel like there's some pieces that I might be missing a little bit, but the gameplay is fun and that's why I'm here, to be honest. I've really enjoyed kind of like setting all of this up. It's also kind of nice because like little known fact, I despise turn-based combat like this, like the little like attack and then they attack and then you attack and then they attack. I despise that. I can't play games like that. So for me, this is kind of like a nice little alternative. You set him up and then he just goes away, goes does it himself. Vampires often owned our lands that kept the peace and helped our settlements to prosper. But this won't do it all. Now they're just pale shadows of their former selves, both physically and mentally. Apparently, the blood of other creatures doesn't make good sustenance. He wasn't joking about the hunger. Even the creatures that stand near him are imbued with the power to devour someone else's life. We're gonna pause our lad real fast. We're gonna give him a shield and potentially a slightly better piece of armor. I know you get much better equipment. We're gonna mountain up. We're gonna throw a treasury down, which I should probably read first. Treasury cannot be built adjacent to anything, and it gives a random resource after I place something adjacent to it. So I would like to kind of put you somewhere where I'm gonna use you the most. Looks like we have a bunch of mountains and rocks ready to place. So we should probably put you like here, and then we'll mountain, and we get extra resources because we put it next to the treasury. Let's go with like as much, yeah. Okay, so let's do like as many resources next to the treasury as possible. And then another vampire mansion doesn't actually interact with the first one. So I'm gonna put you like somewhere else so we don't end up with a ton of vampires on one tile. So I'm gonna put you like right there, and then it has to spawn on one of those two tiles. We're just gonna let this play out. Yeah, attack another vampire. You got this. Our lad is dying a little bit, I'm gonna be honest. He's not doing too hot. So we're just gonna equip this ring mid-combat. Ooh, another treasury. Okay, sweet. So we can throw this like here, and then give me more mountains, and then give me more stuff. We like the stuff. We like to collect the stuff. We have 6 rations. It is not better. And I do like that at a glance you can kind of like quickly see that stuff is better or worse by the levels that's been assigned to it. So like for example, this ring is better. Has better defense and attack speed. The other one was like an evasion ring or something. And there are tons of different pieces of armor. I just don't think you get access to all of those in the demo. 91, 4, and 3. Yeah, so all of these are worse. So we're just gonna hold on to them for now. Cemetery. Let's throw a cemetery down. But honestly, our hero's about dead. We maybe can go one more round, and then we'll have to kind of like back out. So let's go one more. We did heal a good chunk because of the new day that transferred over, and the day just like moves forward at its own pace. So armor, max HP way up. We're gonna equip that immediately. This one also has a much higher armor stat, but this one has vampirism and counter. I think raw health might help us more in the situation because we kind of just want to survive. Just survive, my dude. Just survive. All right, we have unlocked more rocks and a spider cocoon, which I'll put down after this fight. Ah, okay, so new things have been unlocked. Lots of new things. Whoa, what the heck happened here? I haven't seen this yet. We just unlocked like a ton of new noticeable change. 20 changes form a complete metamorphosis. So I don't know what the Steelio is. I do know that we have like enough preserved rocks or enough preserved pebbles to create a rock or something like that. If you get enough stats, basically you get or if you get enough items, you basically unlock a better item, and that helps you with crafting as well. So it kind of incentivizes you to go on like one long journey instead of a bunch of short journeys, because the longer you stay in the arena or in the loop, the stronger bosses get, or enemies get. And I think whenever you get to here, a boss shows up or something. But so let's do this. Just place all of our little cards so far. Kind of do it in any order we want. Spider cocoon, why not? We'll just straight up try to destroy our friend here. And we made like a mountain. I did not expect that. I don't know. I guess we put 4 mountains next to each other, and this just kind of like appeared. I don't really know. Should have put it next to the treasury, but that's okay. We'll put this one like up here. It'll be on the crypt. And then a road lantern decreases the maximum amount of monsters on adjacent tiles. So I would like this to go somewhere where most of our monsters are going to spawn. So probably right here. And then we can kind of like negate the units that are here, because whenever we place a vampire mansion, we get resources, and whenever we kill them, like we get new armors and stuff. And then the road lantern like gives us the benefit of placing this without as many units to kind of get in our way. So it's a good way to like mitigate some of the negative effects of placing these. And we did get another one, I think, as well. Yeah, we'll put this guy over by the graveyard on the left-hand side. It's a very weird game. It's very like new retro. I don't really know what the genre is because it's just so interesting. But I'm very, very excited for it. This releases on, I think, March 4th or so. We're gonna throw a grove tile down, and then I don't have time to do the rest of them. I could be pausing, but I'm just choosing not to for time's sake. Yo, better sword, equip that immediately. My man's doing 16 damage, 22 damage. Okay, so pause. Beacon is gonna give you 40% movement speed within your range and 20% attack speed for all units. So I think attack speed for all units should include me as well. I don't know the answer to that. We're gonna put that there and it'll cover these 3. And then we'll put the road lantern here and that'll take care of like the crypt and whatnot. Rocks, road lantern there. And honestly, you're good to go. You can fight all these guys. Look at that. You have 254 health. I'm gonna go back to the base on the nearest opportunity. There you go. Lots of killing. I like it. A battlefield will spawn a chest at the start of each loop, and then enemies on adjacent tiles can become ghosts. So it's basically going to raise the difficulty of one area, but it is going to make it a little bit easier, or it is going to give us some materials like whenever we pass by it, and it'll spawn a chest as well with a free item in it. Oh, way better sword. Let's go with that. Whenever we get up here, we'll rest as well. What is an Oblivion do? A bit of the Lich's magic causes anything to be totally forgotten. Okay, so I can like nuke a section here? Oh, okay. I'm gonna nuke a vampire mansion. Yeah, look at that. And I think it raised our bar up here as well. I think I saw that this go, yeah, I saw it flash up there. So I'm gonna put this behind us, and then honestly, whenever we get to the campfire, we're just gonna call it in. We're gonna call camp. Let's head back. We will retreat, we keep all of our resources, and then now we're back at camp. I can't believe it. Hey, everybody, the boys managed to return. Survivors? Does this mean I'm not alone anymore? Where did you come from? Is there still a place without darkness? We don't know where we came from, or we can't remember. These people you see are only a small part that's left from the group, I think. You're not sure? We're not sure. We reached that conclusion because of the abandoned luggage and leftover daily rations. Every day we find new signs of people that, as far as everybody here knows, have never been with us. It's like we forgot them. You forgot? Exactly. It's like people disappear every day and we instantly forget that they even existed, almost as if we forgot the place we came from and our families, maybe even ourselves. My name is Yoda. That's the part I still remember. Nobody else's memory is in much better shape. That's why I remember so little about myself. Everything is forgotten. But wait, you said that I'd managed to return. It means that you knew that I'd left. That's why it's so important for us. We saw you leave, but you were gone before we were able to approach you. Listen, we can't wander around this emptiness anymore. There's a campfire and a few sleeping bags here. A real luxury in these dark times. What do you say? Oh, of course. I'd be very grateful if we could team up. I want to remember everything. I want to restore everything. I've begun to remember the world as it was before, but there's no point to it without other people. It's too lonely without them. Remembering the world? I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm too exhausted, but we'd be glad if you could help, and we'd be glad to help you. I don't ask us to go with you. Just don't ask us to go with you. I don't know how you managed to return, but for us, leaving the group is too dangerous. I will ask no such thing of you. For now, I just want to have a place to return to, a place where I can hear other people's voices. And so, more exposition. We weren't joking about helping you. Here are the few things that survived the cataclysm, and neither vanished nor were forgotten. You might need them. Okay, so they gave us a bunch of resources as well. Look at that. We will build. And now we can build a couple of different things. Looks like we don't have the resources for these. A smithy will give us the ability to craft tools to kind of like go into battle with basic warriors gear. A herbalist will give us a new card, the Swamp, heal for 4% of max HP and allow us to start taking potions with us. And then it looks like the field kitchen is the only thing we can build, which is going to give us 10% to the campfire's healing power. So we'll just put that bad boy there. Oh, it's our chef. Do you know the difference between a good cook and a bad cook? The food made by a good cook is tastier. What? You were waiting for something more elaborate? Sometimes the truth is very simple. Look, I have a cauldron, a hearth, a couple of knives, a bucket of potatoes, 3 onions, and some ham. Nothing special, just everything is very simple. Give me a few minutes, and everyone at this camp will be running to my table following the tasty smell of a good stew. Alright, so look at that. We upgraded our camp. It's now we can upgrade even more. It's now a field kitchen, or we have a field kitchen. And it looks like we could also destroy it if we wanted to. Let's get back out there. Let's go to the adventure inn, I think. So we'll expedition, and we'll just fire that one off again. There were probably some options I could have ran through there, but to be honest, I missed them. Alright, kill. Kill, explore, kill. And I'm going to just kind of like set everything up. So let's go battlefield, and we'll just throw a spider cocoon next to it. And I think that's gonna make the spiders spookier than they started. The goal was not to kill the adventurer, by the way. The goal was to build the base and like keep the adventurer kind of like balanced so that he gets strong enough to handle the next day. Because if you don't lay any of your cards down, eventually the enemies spawn strong enough, like the slimes are strong enough to just kill you. And so you kind of like have to scale through picking up these different items and whatnot. And also by placing down like mountains and rocks and things like that to up your HP. So let's do a right click. Let's do a quick little mountain setup here. Make a little setup. I want to try to get that like massive mountain again. I think it's probably 4 of them next to each other. And then we just like meadow. Why did you become blooming? Oh, you heal 3 HP at the start of each day, whereas this one only heals 2 HP. I don't know why that is, but that's okay. And then a beacon gives us movement speed and attack speed for all units. So let's just put it there. We're kind of like prepping everything right now. Attack away, my dude. 90, it's gonna be less than we had. And I love like this, like the dedication to the retro aesthetic. You know, the fonts, the animations, the sound effects, like everything here is very that like new retro style that I keep referencing that I don't know if it's really a genre or not. Oh, it's a chest. Okay, so we're going to kill a chest, and it's going to hopefully give us some stuff. Please, please stuff. We have a mace. We finally can hit things other than just our hand. 13 damage, it's good enough for me. And we'll put a ring on that gives us 9% vampirism. Oh, he became a ghost. So since he died, I think the battlefield gave him the ability to like stick around one more round as a ghost. I could be wrong, but I think that's what happened there. Okay, so I would like to put this beacon, let's just put it like over here. I think if the meadow is next to a rock, it gives us more health, which I did not realize. So it looks like by doing that, we're getting slightly more health whenever we restart our day. So we should just heal up, and we did because it was a new day. So it's very hands-off, but kind of strategic You don't really have to know like synergies so much as you really want to pay attention to like, just go ahead and get these bonuses. You kind of have to pay attention to like how you're building. Right now, obviously it's very basic. You know, you could probably just lay these things down anywhere and like just always upgrade the larger numbers. But it gets to a point where you start having items that build on each other. You start having items that give, like for example, this one, damage to all, which is an AoE attack. So you're gonna notice we're doing 3 damage on each one of these guys. Defense, evasion, like there's different sorts of builds, I guess, that will come up because of the different items that you can equip. And you can really start to like craft the adventure of your hero. I haven't gotten much further than where I am now, to be honest. And so I imagine that the new buildings that you can build, like further up the tree, I saw that there were quite a few. I imagine that those are going to be quite impactful. I'll just upgrade for the defensive part of it because I think staying alive is more important than the attack speed. Okay, hopefully we can complete our mountain. I want the little mountain triangle, or the little mountain quad. Okay, not yet. That's okay. Maybe it doesn't take 4. I was kind of hoping that was what it was. So put that there. Give me some rocks. Give me another meadow. That's okay. We can fight this slime. Yes, fighting slimes. Okay, so we finally have some cards. Let's throw like the vampires down here. Give me a cemetery like here, and then we'll meadow. Really just trying to fill it all out. I also would like to see what the map looks like with almost everything filled out. It'd be kind of interesting. Better armor, but not by much. It's plate mail. Oh, okay, so we have the rapier, which is going to be way better. The spear is not that much better, but it does have a very high counter, whereas our rapier has a higher vampirism. So I'm gonna stick with the vampirism for now. Oh, this tile is under the effect of the battlefield. 20% chance for all enemies that have a soul to be reborn as ghosts. And it looks like the spider has a soul. All right, good to know. So there's a 20% chance of him being reborn. Let's go with a grove, and then we'll probably kill some stuff with oblivions, I think. Let's use the oblivion to erase a tile that's kind of like scaring us. We might just save these guys, honestly, in case we run into a bigger monster. I will do one of those, do some of this, do some more of that. That's okay, we don't need to do it. We encountered a fight. Give me all the rocks. All the rocks. Stop. Where did these goblins come from? I don't remember remembering you. We remembered ourselves. Now give us all you've got. You have no idea what's going on, right? Why don't you help me restore order to this world first, and then you can do anything you want to. Goblin must rob. No other order in the world. Fair enough. Guess I don't have any valid objection here. Oh wait, I do have one. How about... And then he attacks. Haha, what a memer. What a memer of a main character. Some sass thrown in, I do like that. Okay, this goblin's actually kind of ridiculous. We did get a really sick shield out of it though. It's got some spikes. It's gonna help us with the defense quite a bit. It's also another damage to all, so we're gonna be doing quite a bit of AoE. It's strange how these creatures appeared here on their own. Maybe it means that everything is actually not so bad, and the world is trying to restore itself. Or that even the apocalypse isn't enough to get rid of some pests. Okay, so we're gonna... Actually, I'm gonna save these guys. I am gonna road lantern though, so that less enemies spawn next to the thing, which includes this now. And hopefully we could start scaling up to some of the like really late game enemies. That's what I'd like to see, is like really test out our character. Because so far we haven't really encountered anything that's too strong. Nice little spider's nest. We can put that down somewhere. Let's put it down here, and then they'll kind of mingle with the other ones. And I'm sure that there's a lot more strategy to placing down tiles than I am doing. I feel like I'm kind of just like going for it. Okay, I missed. Put down the grove. Oh, the grove is negative. Okay. We're gonna get a chest, but also a vampire. You probably should focus on the vampire. You are. Perfect. We're doing 10 damage through AoE, which is sweet. Hold up, we got a sweet cape. Damage to all, And yeah, let's go damage to all. Same with this guy. It is equal in every way except for the evasion. Slightly better. So we're gonna be doing a lot of that AoE damage to these guys, like these big spider fights, which is nice. Damage and regen per second as well, but it had less damage, so. Oh, it has more damage, but it doesn't have the vampirism, so I'm gonna not keep it. Yeah, this is where the build diversity really like actually starts to come in. Treasury, fire that bad boy up. Start collecting as many of these tokens as we can so that we can build some new buildings. I will pause real fast and let me just throw like everything down. Sure, you can go there. Sure, you can go there. Road lantern, sure, go for it. Spider cocoon, why not? And we don't need these. I guess the slimes just spawn in naturally. I don't know that they need a tile to spawn on. Do they just spawn on the road, like the initial road? They might. I can't hover over the road to tell. All right, give me the mountains. Mountains. Rock. Meadow. 5% chance of spawning a slime each day. Okay, so now we're gonna start getting into the big fights, which is where our AoE should come into handy. Because we would like to basically fight a bunch of small enemies at once to make our like AoE the most effective. That would be ideal anyway. Oh, and we're getting resources from all of the different pieces that are falling off of our collected treasures. So we actually kind of like want to pile them up here if we can. Or at least we're getting rewarded for doing so. Yeah, that one just turned into a piece of scrap metal. What do you give me? It's a very good shield that instead of having damage to all, gives me 17% vampirism. I'm gonna stick with the damage to all. I actually think that that's doing pretty well for us. I'm just gonna start placing stuff. Give me another treasury, vampire mansion, and beacon. Do I have any strategy behind where I'm placing things? Not in the slightest. No, not whatsoever. We might be getting wrecked because of it, because I don't really have a strong plan here, but that's okay. Alright, I will see what our rewards were here in a second. Alright, tell me what you got. What you got? Damage, evasion, damage, magic damage, blank shield, and worse armor. Okay, so I think I want this guy, because the evasion's gonna be nice. Oh yeah, 35 damage. We're starting to put down some pretty big numbers that I'm okay with. Lots of death going on. We're just kind of picking up basic objectives as well. I think this might be a run where we actually get to see what the boss looks like, so I'm kind of interested to see how that'll go. Because I don't think I made it this far last time. I definitely died on the run. Okay, you got this. Nice. I will road lantern like here. Meadows, give me I want to use the things. I want to use them. How much damage do you do? I haven't seen the skeleton before, I don't believe. Not on this run. So our new ring will give us magic damage, defense, attack speed, and vampirism. I will throw that on there because it seems to be a little bit better than the previous ring we had. We'll grab some rocks, put a new treasury down. You can't forget that. Can't forget the treasury. Put it next to some mountains, and then honestly, we're good. We're good to go. I love their animations, like these little dudes. Whoa, 19 damage. Okay. I don't like your animation that much. Which of these is better? I think the old one is better. I like the old brass ring, just like the new brass ring. No, never mind. I miss the old brass ring. You can't really rhyme that with the Kanye bit. Doesn't really work. All right, this goblin is gonna become a problem. Like these little guys, I don't know where they're coming from, but they are brutal. Living has a soul, rage after an ally dies, and then 10% vampirism and damage. So we're okay with the vampires. The vampires aren't that spooky, but it's the It's this guy he attacks so quickly, and he does like 20 damage each attack. Ooh, I like that regen stat. Let's do it. I'm just kind of changing up the build to see what all there is, to be honest. I don't really have a specific thing that I'm sticking to. I thought the area of effect damage was going to be a good idea, but it might not be. So this is slightly worse sword. Oh, it's a much worse sword. What about you? You have much more HP and counter versus vampirism. Let's just throw counter in there. Let's see what happens. So I think whenever I am attacked, I do like 3 damage to the enemy. Yeah, so he's doing some damage to himself. Not much, but some. I'd like to try to push on to the boss. So I will rock. Hit me with the stuff. I should put the rock down here. Cemetery, spider cocoon, vampy mansion, and then I'm gonna hold on to these. I don't think there's anything that's really giving us too much trouble. Actually, where are the bandits coming from, or the little like goblins coming from? Goblin camp. Get that out of here. Get this one out of here too. I don't want to fight any goblins. They were spooky. I'm not ready for those goblins. Give me the spiders and the vampies. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, he's healing himself. The vampire heals himself. It's okay. You're no match for my young adventuring lad. Everybody's taking counter damage, so there's just a bunch of numbers just flying all over the place. Which I'm gonna be honest, I don't know most of these numbers. So we're gonna switch a little bit because this is quite a big defense advantage. And at the moment, like, I don't know what the board looks like. The board is just kind of chaos, so just kind of running with it. And we might be dying a little bit. Looks like we're losing quite a bit of health every engagement that we go into, which is spooky. It's really these goblins that are the worst. I will take a high level of magic damage and countering over the level 4 ring that we have. All right, more mountains, battlefield beacon. That doesn't work. Beacon. Fire it up. Let's go. We're gonna be fighting a lot of the rot dogs here, and this is probably where if you had been maybe placing your units a little bit better or been placing your tiles a little bit better, you would not be getting wrecked right about now. Barely killed that ghost. Okay, this is gonna be a plus HP quite a bit. I'm gonna keep the old one. Let's go with like a rack, with a mountain, and then we're fine. All right, please kill them. Please kill them. You're healing almost as much damage as you're dealing. So against these guys, we're actually not in a bad spot. Yeah, because we're healing like 1 of their damage. Counter. Okay, so what does the counter damage do? I don't know, but we just got saved by the day rolling over, which is fantastic. Now we're good. Hit me with a mountain, a meadow. We haven't gotten one of those in a while, and a grove. And honestly, the next time you hit the campfire, I think we back the heck out of here. It's getting a little spooky, and we have no health. Like, absolutely no health. Let's go, little guy. You got this. You got a level 8 Dirk. We will definitely equip that. The evasion and vampirism skills hopefully will lead us to victory here. Healing like 9 every time we attack, 11 every time we attack. He has 30 health. He has 40 health. He has 25 health. Please don't die. Don't die on me. Don't give up. You've got this. Got this. He's healing more than he gets damaged for like low enemies. So hopefully we can pull this out. It's so close. The little guy is so close. I want to get these the bonuses of all those. Wait, what just happened? What? Lich's Palace. It was here that the sorcerer Omicron conducted his futile experiments in an attempt to stop the heat death of the universe. Every palace increases Lich's HP and damage by 5%. What? So there are 1, 2, 3 palaces? Looks like it. And we're gonna fight a Lich. It is time to face the destiny of this world. So I guess that means we spawned in the boss. I guess by placing down the tiles that help us, we're gonna fight the boss. So honestly, give me like one of these and give me one of these. And we'll lower the amount of HP and damage he has, since it's 5% per one. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we make it through the Skelly field. I think we may be dead. I think we might be dead. Let's just put this over here. You got this. Our 46 health hero. He's dead. We've died in battle. Looks like we keep some of these resources. I'm alive, but how? Thanks to us, a small group of us dragged you here. It wasn't easy. How could you fight me? How could you fight off all those monsters? They nearly killed me. Well, they kind of did. That's also interesting. Many of them vanished just before our eyes. Some of them we managed to avoid, but I think that most of them were gone even before we left this camp. I think your trips are deeply connected with your memories, my friend. Everything falls apart as soon as you're unconscious. Okay, so we're starting to learn a little bit of lore around kind of like the way that this works. This game was developed by 4 Quarters and published by Devolver Digital. Look for it in March, I think March 4th. You can go ahead and play the demo now if you're interested. There's more to come. Like, there's obviously way more material here. I haven't had the chance to kind of like experiment past. This is not available in the demo anyway. You can build them a gym if you would like to play kickball or something like that. But for now, thank you very much for watching. If you are interested in this or the content was good to you, leaving a like is the easiest way to support this content and to push it through the old YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.